So go ahead and while Travis is queuing up the music, go ahead and close your eyes. Feeling into your body.
You're going to start by just scanning back. Don't go too far, but scan back to a recent moment where you had a reaction to something that your partner did. Maybe if you're not in partnership, maybe it's a coworker, a friend, a child, but I'm going to go into the mind here for a moment. So you're just scanning the mind like, oh, right, that thing yesterday or last week or whatever it was. Like, just let it start to move through the circuitry of your mind. Like, imagine it's crawling through your mind, finding the thought that came as a result of it. Like, oh, they said that thing or they moved their lip in that way. And I had this immediate thought, like, go into it. Like, oh, I thought, oh, she's doing that thing again, or he's gonna act like a jerk again. He's clearing his throat, like he's gonna try to tell me something I already know. So
I hate him.
yeah,
I can't stand this. We're in this again. Here we are again.
let that really take root in your mind, like almost cycle the thought, like have the thought just happen over and over and over again, just for a couple moments, like breathe, almost like breathe into the thought that you had.
And notice where the thought is in your body. Is it around your shoulders and neck? Can you feel the embodiment of it in your jaw? Really feel where the nexus of the thought is arising from physically. And then we're going to move into the feeling. So you had this moment, this trigger, this experience happen. You had the thought. What is the feeling that came over you? Is it a wave of anger? Is it resistance? Is it this instant feeling of locking down closure? What's the feeling?
You may need to move your body a little to find it. Like maybe it's living purely in the heart. Maybe you really feel it down in your low body, in the belly. Maybe it's living up in the throat, like it's starting to, like it's reddening your throat almost. But allow the thought now. It's like it's dripping out of your mind down into your body and emerging as a feeling.
Start to take the shape of the feeling. So maybe your spine contracts and your heart clenches and closes. And really let the body take on the shape of whatever the feeling is. Is it desperation? Is it hopelessness? Is it sadness? Is it stay back? No. Really just let the feeling get big and just move as the feeling.
The body wants to open as, that's fine. If it wants to get really closed and if it wants to tighten, it can do that. Like let the feeling start to permeate not just your mind now, but the tissues and the cells and the musculature of your body. Let it get into your toes, let it seep out of your fingertips.
Maybe you get numb and frozen. Just be the feeling.
Just another few moments, just like live inside the feeling. Like imagine that your body now is fully in the shape of it or the movement of it, and Again, let it loop. So let it loop. If it's the same movement or the same closure, the same opening as, let it loop like a tape on repeat.
And notice if this feeling is familiar. And start to feel below. Start to go a little bit deeper, maybe into your heart, into your core. What's underneath these thoughts and these feelings? Starting to feel into what is the desire? What is the deeper desire in that moment? You got triggered, there was an experience that happened. Then there was a cascade of thought and feeling, but underneath all of that, there's a deeper yearning of your heart, a deeper truth of desire, of what you long for, what you really need or want.
Let your body start to open as desire, like, I just want to be seen, or I want to be celebrated or acknowledged. Like, my deepest desire is just to have you touch me as I walk by. Like, what was the deep desire in that moment of closure? And allow it to transmute. So now the feeling of, maybe it was sadness or frustration or fear, let it drip down even lower in the body. Often the desire emanates from the navel point, but doesn't have to, but find where it wants to emanate from, and from there, open as desire. For a couple moments, like, feel the desire in your body.
Yeah, really feel into that desire as longing, almost like, oh, I just really want to be held. I really long to be touched. I really just want to be safe, and let yourself own that desire underneath. Yeah. Breathe it. Feel the liberation in the desire.
Feel the truth of it. Like, this is really you. Once I get outside the thought patterns and that reactive emotional state, this is what the me who never changes really wants. True desire. My true desire.
I just really want to love you. Whatever it is, feel it in your heart, feel it in your belly. Feel the liberation in that.
Imagine now that this could liberate you. Speaking it could liberate you, expressing it could liberate you. And this last moment, imagine your next moment of reactivity, your next moment of closure. Imagine bringing this to it, bringing this juicy, true desire, rather than the closure, rather than just the thought or just the emotional collapse.
And take a breath. Just feel the reverence, feel the vulnerability of being connected to the desire. Feel the openness of being anchored to the desire. And just let yourself feel tender and true. Feel your feet on the ground. And to seal this practice, You can just bow to yourself, bow to the deeper desires of your heart, deeper desires of the moment, acknowledging them and honoring them. So important to be rooted into the deeper desires always.